Mumbai is upgrading, and in this entire process, MMRDA is playing a very crucial role. They're not only constructing a web of metro rails, but they have undertaken a huge project which is about to get complete, that is MTHL, Mumbai Trans Harbour Link. To talk on that, we have MMRDA Chief Mr. Srinivasan sir with us. Sir, thanks for speaking with us. My first question to you, how MTHL will be the game changer for Mumbai?
Yeah, Mumbai is transforming actually. It is Mumbai is transforming. It is not just upgrading, right? And coming to your question regarding MTHL, the project right now it is at a completion stage. We have completed about more than 90 to 95% of the project work. Hopefully by November, December, all goes well. The team should be able to complete it fully and open to public, right? This year.
Okay.
And this will be one of our iconic projects in the world and in Asia, definitely. In Asia. And the issue is about being asked is about what impact it will have.
Exactly.
It will have actually to call it a game changer is also an understatement, because there are so many game changers, but this is truly a transformational project. It is not just a sea link or transportation project. It is, of course, I mean, in terms, you are able to reach the other side in 12 minutes instead of 2-3 hours that it takes, right? And 2-3 hours means actually a distance of about 180 kilometers if you go average speed of 60 kilometers. So 10-12 minutes means nothing, right? Distance is many times the distance between Worli and Bandra is more than 10 minutes. So basically what we are doing is we are bringing more land to Mumbai. We are adding more land, right? So Mumbai has a geographical constraint, that is it's an island city. Historically it has always been an island city in spite of reclamation. So it is constrained by geography. On 3 sides there is sea, there is high tide, low tide, and also there is flooding issues, right? They may continue. Hopefully they will be away, they think of the past very soon. But the constraint of geography would have been continued to be the same, but for MTHL. So what we are doing is basically the city which is north-south in terms of commute, in terms of transportation of raw materials, finished products or labor, especially technically qualified labor, even unskilled labor. They come all the way from Kalyan, Thane and Vasai and all that. But that creates a lot of issues in terms of time taken, in terms of transactional costs, transportation costs. So that will be a thing of the past. These labor supply, raw material supply, finished goods will be available, can be available very easily within 10 to 12 minutes distance. So that opens up a huge hinterland, and hinterland becomes actually a part of Mumbai. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you said that it opens a really big market because you are connecting 2 cities. You're reducing the time. But the question always remains about the South Mumbai traffic, and where the MTHL is starting is basically in Shivri, which is in South Mumbai. Do you think that this particular bridge, this particular new road will also help to decongest the South Mumbai traffic?
No, hugely. See, traffic is a function of economic growth, let me tell you. See, many cities don't have traffic issue. Actually, for example, I don't want to, let me mention some of them. For example, Bhopal, or if you take there are no traffic issues. So traffic is a function of economic growth also, but it's also a function of transportation planning that we do. So MTHL will bring in a lot of traffic. More than 75,000 vehicles can go every day on this bridge alone. So what happens is South Mumbai will get more traffic, let me tell you. However, in anticipation, we are also starting a lot of dispersal action. When the traffic enters or exits, so dispersal should be there. So for that, we are actually connecting this bridge directly to the freeway, and also connecting it to the Eastern Expressway, and also connecting it to the roads at the the ground level at grade. But however, we are also connecting it to the western suburbs. I mean, you will be surprised that we will be able to connect it to western suburbs, because actually there will be, if you come to Bandra via Sea-Link, from Sea-Link you can directly enter the MTHL, not this year but down the line in 1 or 2 years, by the Varli-Shivdi connector.
Okay.
So it means actually from Andheri you can come, the coastal road is also planned. But however, from Bandra definitely one can just go directly to the mainland of India, which is actually was never a possibility. You can't even think about it.
Because right now, if you see that it usually takes more than an hour from Bandra to, if I have to reach to the MTHL site or the exact where MTHL it is.
Correct. So whereas that won't be the case now. So even western suburbs get connected to the mainland actually. That's very important development, and which will have a huge impact on the industrialization and economic growth of not just Mumbai but also the MMR region. But I would like to add one more thing actually, how the MTHL will be transformational to South Mumbai.
Mm-hmm.
South Mumbai, as I said, as all of us know, is an island city, right? Having said that, MTHL overcomes that major constraint as I just mentioned. Because actually what you are doing is, by bringing 10 to 12 minutes distance down to 10 to 12 minutes, you are actually adding a huge land to Mumbai, actually indirectly. Which means that actually the commutation, transportation will be east-west also in future, not just north-south. And secondly, all these labor, raw materials and finished goods, which are the actually symbols of any city, which are the content of any city, not just symbols, will be just available across the sea actually in 10 to 12 minutes. So which means that the redevelopment of South Mumbai, which consists of a lot of cess buildings, thousands of cess buildings are there, which in dire need of redevelopment. Some of them are in the collapsing stage, many collapse every year. They need to be redeveloped, and government has come out luckily recently only with a development framework, right, which had received consent from Government of India. But market has to also give a push to this. So MTHL does exactly this, because once you have commercial and residential area available in the mainland, South Mumbai will have a regeneration and revival. So MTHL will lead to, if I ask me, my personal opinion, it will get a grand revival of South Mumbai also.
Absolutely, sir. My next question is basically about the challenges, because it is not very easy to construct a 22-kilometer bridge in the sea. So what were the major challenges you faced? I know that there were a lot of challenges, but what were the major challenges you faced while planning this, while executing this?
Yeah. See, it was about 50% complete about a year and a half ago. So in 1.5 years, we could bring it to almost 95%. So it entailed several challenges. The major ones, three I will mention, top three. One is Corona. Of course, globally it's all everywhere. It's not the only. This is not the only project, right? But I'll mention which are challenges very unique to this project. This is the first such major project we have ever undertaken in India, because and sea bridge. So it is labor also get used to sea sickness, and they fall sick. So sea climate is different, right? And heavy monsoons. So that is one natural issues are there. More important, secondly, is the type of technology that we are using in this. It's also for the first time in Indian construction history. Yeah. So it required a lot of iterations, but we had to do iterations, complete all the iterations, but in the shorter time frame.
Okay.
So that was done with a lot of planning. Yeah. So that is the second major challenge. And the third is, of course, the getting the land as well as rehabilitation of various structures, even some mosques, some temples, some community structures, families, and fishermen's issues. They are all there, very, very serious issues. In fact, some of them are still going on, right? But we ensure that they are 99% resolved. Wherever, at least, we ensure that they don't impact the project.
Yeah.
So I think these are the three major challenges that have come to us.
Exactly. I was about to come to the fishermen issue, because this is the first time that a rehabilitation of fishermen had happened, and in this entire process, how it has happened successfully. And second important question, which people of Mumbai want to know, that basically this particular site is known for the flamingos, because whenever the flamingos come in this, usually in summer, they come to that site. So will it affect this construction of this bridge? Will affect the flamingos migration also, if you could tell?
Let me touch on the flamingos first. Because I still remember when I went for clearance, environmental clearance to Government of India for the MTHL, way back 10, 12 years back when I was AMC here in MMRDA. The question that came is about flamingos, so I'll address that first. See, when you do the project of this size, it generates a lot of turbulence and disturbance and all. So we were all worried, government was naturally worried as to how to take care of them. And flamingos come all the way from Siberia and elsewhere, right? So we used some technologies which actually take care of that. One is a longer bridge like this. It requires a particular height and particular span. So ideally, it would have we should have gone for a cable stayed bridge.
Okay.
But cables typically would have obstructed the flamingo pathway. So we had to remove the cables. That is one. But while constructing, actually there are mud flats. That is where most of the flamingos are, right? So we use some technologies called reverse circulation drilling, etc., which will actually minimize the turbulence and noise, etc.
Kind of a noise reduction.
Yeah. Substantially, in fact. And having undertaken such technological measures, in fact, this year we had a record number of flamingos. So the work is over now. So it's no longer any disturbance to any birds. So birds are coming, which is a tremendous success, I must say that, yeah.
And what about the fisherman issue? Because you said it is still happening.
See, it's like this. See, most of the projects, MTHL also, typically, caused a lot of disturbance to the livelihoods of fishermen.
Okay.
Because their boats were there on both sides, right? They are catching fish for generations together. So how to take care of them? So we did a detailed study, MMRDA, and categorized fishermen into, for example, who lost 100%, separate, but who lost in a major amount, but, are those who have lost a very minor way, like that 4 or 5 categories we did, and accordingly we compensated them.
Okay.
And like I can tell you, we spent more than 170 crores in compensation to fishermen alone. Generally, our projects, a bridge, if you take, is 50 crores, bridge itself. But in this case, and it was necessary, and we felt it is our social responsibility also to do that. So I think most of them are happy about it. Yeah.
There are last 2 questions I would like to ask you. It's about the technology you mentioned. You told us about the reverse digging technology which you told us. But we got to know that there are other technologies also which have got used, and there are very high-end technologies from the foreign in this construction of entire bridge. If you could just tell us that what kind of technology, in a brief, if you could tell us.
See, one of the important technologies for the first time used in Indian construction history is the orthotropic steel deck.
Okay.
Orthotropic means, steel is longitudinally compressed and the entire deck is made. And the deck length is almost 150 meters, 180 meters up to even. Generally, we have a span of about 20, 30, 40 meters. And here we have to take a longer spans and greater heights for 2 reasons. One is reduces the weight of the bridge, self-weight, and secondly, there is a navigational span where the ships, which come to Indian coast, especially JNPT, they have to pass through. So we have to take a longer span. So we had to go for this technology, and it entailed so many things, because first thing is we never did it before in India on any project for that matter. Secondly, fabricating them. See, each OSD, each span, if I tell you, it has 1 lakh parts.
Okay.
100,000 parts. So they are all to be assembled carefully in sequence. And then to carry them, because their weight is almost like 1500 to 2000 tons. I mean, some of the OSDs that we launched are still launching. They are equal to 5 to 6 jumbo jets. Yeah, that is the weight of one single span, like that. And we were not used to this, and we had to get tugboats from abroad, from London, and etc., etc. And then, most importantly, we had to construct barges.
Okay.
Yeah, so each barge is, for example, we have 3 barges, 2 regular barges, other is a H-type barge. So one of the barges is almost like not almost, it is equal to size of a football field.
Okay.
Yeah, you can play football, that big it is, and the weight is almost 4 to 5,000 tons.
Okay.
Yeah, not quintals, tons. Okay. So, I mean, that comes to about 10 to 15 jumbo jet aircraft, if you see, I mean, just to give a picture. And the magnitude of this project is also exemplified with the fact that if you see the steel wires that we used, it is used generally for pre-stressing. In fact, you can go around the earth.
Okay.
Yeah, that much steel is used. Only I'm talking about structural steel. And second is, for the pre-stressing. And structural steel used is equal to about 12 to 15 Eiffel Towers.
Okay.
And the amount of distance covered by the vehicles in doing this project, one can go to the moon and come back. Yeah, these are the humongous figures. So it is an engineering marvel, no doubt. But as we started this interview with, it is going to be an engine and driver of economic growth for Mumbai and metropolitan region for at least next 50 years. And I am sure it will start impacting in next 3-4 years.
Absolutely. People of, last question, the people of Mumbai are basically, they have a keen interest to know that if they, once this bridge starts, how much toll they have to pay. Have we decided any amount on that?
Yeah, we are deciding on the toll. Yeah, we are deciding on the toll. I think in a couple of months we will be able to tell you that. It will be reasonable. Because see, it should not be so high that people don't use it. But bridge has to, there are no free lunches. People have the bridge has to pay for itself to at least partially. So we'll try to keep it very, very reasonable. And it is not yet decided. We're going to decide it very soon.
But can we expect by this year end this bridge will be thrown open for public?
100%.
So that's what we heard from Mr. Srinivas, who was telling us about what exactly is MTHL and how this MTHL will be not going to help only Mumbai, but it will be helping the entire economy of Mumbai and especially the South Mumbai. This is Mayuresh Ganpate reporting from Mumbai with camera person Nitin Sonavne.